This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Tonight, police are looking for this man. He's wanted for firing a shot during a fight on a Metrolink train packed with Cardinals fans. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Allred. This happened last night as the train was leaving downtown headed to St. Clair County. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings joins us live from the stop right outside of Busch Stadium, where hundreds of fans will be again for tonight's game. Travis?
And this afternoon, we got an update from the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department. They still haven't caught the man. They say pulled out a gun and started beating another man here at the Busch Stadium stop for Metro. We talked to a rider who watched it all unfold.
Ballpark pass for $39.99. You get to go to the home games.
A devoted Cardinals fan.
Can't beat it.
That's Dale Becker. You make the decision to catch the train over there.
Yeah, I left early last night because of the back-to-back home runs. I got a little aggravated.
Little did Becker know he was in for an even longer night.
The guy at the Metro platform, he was being obnoxious then and walked right past the security and got on the train with everybody else. And once the train started rolling, he started acting like a clown.
Becker says that's when this man in the orange, in this photo snapped by a Metrolink surveillance camera, got into an altercation with the man.
He goes, "You don't shut up, I'll shoot you in the head." And about then, the guy kept on walking, and he got up to him, and he started pistol whipping him, hit him about 3 times in the head.
Witnesses told St. Clair County Sheriff's deputies that's when a single shot was fired from the suspect's weapon. Bi-State Development, who oversees the train system, says they've made upgrades over the past 4 years. That includes allocating security personnel, upgrading the trains with enhanced technology, and are creating stronger relationships with law enforcement. Plus, there's a plan on the way to secure their platforms with high gating and fencing and camera updates.
Predicting when a heat of the moment argument is going to happen is very challenging, and we probably will not ever get very good at that. We will continue to do as much as we can from a security enhancement standpoint. I think the complement of secured platforms will help.
That man should never have been let on the train in that condition.
As for Becker,
I'm not going to stop riding the Metro because of this. I just kind of look over my back a little bit more and be more aware of my surroundings.
again, police are still looking for the suspect tonight. They say the victim walked away with non-life-threatening injuries. We're live downtown. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Today, gunmen robbed the driver of an armored vehicle outside of a grocery store in broad daylight. Police say at least one of the 3 suspects was wearing body armor. Our Christine Byers was there less than an hour after it happened, and she reports another armored vehicle was targeted exactly 3 weeks ago today.
Police say just before 10 a.m. Friday, this Jeep pulled up behind this Loomis armored vehicle in the Save-A-Lot parking lot along Woodson. Overland Police Captain Jim Morgan says the suspects were all wearing face masks.
2 guys with guns ran up on him and pointed the guns at him, got his money or got the money from the truck and then left.
Morgan wouldn't say how much money the thieves got away with, but they left an important piece of evidence behind.
As they were leaving, one of them dropped the gun and left it behind.
That gun is now headed to the crime lab. Ari Schifferdecker got to the store about an hour after it happened to meet a friend for a smoke break. Instead, she rolled up on a crime scene and learned her friend helped get the armored van driver to safety.
The Loomis guy was running in the store telling him to lock the door, and my friend locked the door behind him, and then the police showed up right afterwards. He said he was pretty scared. He was scared. He looked like he was running for his life.
Police tell me this isn't the first time an armored truck has been targeted by thieves in recent weeks in our region.
On March 24th, police tell me someone stole a Garda-World truck at a Walgreens along Grand in St. Louis. Police found it unoccupied and running just blocks away with about $275,000 in cash missing. Overland Police tell me they are still trying to determine if the 2 cases are related.
Overland Police are asking anyone with information about today's robbery, please call them. Their phone number, 314-227-2878. A prosecutor in the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office has resigned just days before she was to try a murder case. Natalia Ogurkowicz says she's grateful for the opportunity, but she says the current workload is making her job impossible. Her resignation means there are only 3 prosecutors to handle nearly 500 cases.
Because right now, what we're expected to do is to be an attorney, to be an investigator, to be a paralegal, and to be a victim services advocate due to the lack of support and lack of structure in the Circuit Attorney's Office at this time.
Ogerkowitz was scheduled to prosecute the Curtis Bailey case on Monday. He's charged with first-degree murder in last year's triple shooting on the Arch grounds that left one man dead and 2 other people hurt. It's not clear how that case will move forward. One of the men Ogerkowitz prosecuted is also involved in a high-profile case in St. Louis, which resulted in a push to remove Kim Garner from office. She was the attorney assigned to Daniel Riley's original case. He was supposed to go to trial last July for an armed robbery, but the state was not ready to proceed. Prosecutors say Riley was out on bond in February when he caused a crash that resulted in 17-year-old Janae Edmondson losing both of her legs. Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner is not commenting on the resignation, saying it's a personnel matter. Let's take a look at Busch Stadium from our sky cam. Beautiful weather for a ball game. Cardinals face the Pirates at 7:15. There are some changes on the horizon. Tomorrow is a weather alert day, so let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo.
Hi, Ann. Yes, tomorrow severe weather chances are ramping up, especially in the evening hours. So we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. But it is partly cloudy right now. A look at St. Charles and Interstate 70 looking really nice. You might have noticed the humidity's going up a little bit, so the moisture is starting to move into the area, but we're clear to partly cloudy tonight. And then there's that severe thunderstorm watch, the first one issued for Kansas, and that'll stay in that area tonight, but we'll watch it move our way as we get into tomorrow. But the Cardinals tonight, 77 at 7 o'clock, 67 at 10 o'clock. And here it is, that severe weather risk really ramping up, especially tomorrow in the evening. 60+ mile per hour wind gusts, large hail, the bigger threat, and especially west of St. Louis. And we're talking up to baseball size hail. So that's a big threat. A brief tornado can't be ruled out, but we'll time this out a little bit more in the Futurecast coming up in just a bit, Ann.
Thank you, Jim. And you can get the forecast sent to your phone anytime by texting the word weather to 314-425-5355. Residents in South St. Louis say fumes and odors are surrounding their neighborhoods. Today, Congresswoman Cori Bush demanded that the EPA investigate. 5 on your side's Justina Cornell is here with new details and our I-Team's own investigation into this issue. Justina.
Yeah, and so just 3 years ago, our I-Team looked into residents' concerns in this area. And that's when we started to look at the Viola incinerator across the river in Sauget. It's one of 8 companies that are part of a lawsuit by environmental activists concerned about what could be burning inside. Now, earlier this year, the EPA reported that it's working with the company to resolve several violations, like storage tanks leaking vapors and equipment not properly destroying hazardous waste. Now, the EPA also said data shows nothing that would have short or long-term health effects for people living nearby. Now, Congresswoman Cori Bush says the smells are still lingering in 7 neighborhoods in South St. Louis. It's a fume that worries one resident I spoke to earlier today. Benjamin Shannon said it smells like a mix of sewage and gunpowder. He adds he worries for his little boy.
It's a huge concern, and frankly, I worry every day about him. It's certainly very concerning. I'm not sure about the specific health impacts that's going to happen.
Now, the EPA tells me it will have a statement for us early next week, and a spokesperson with Viola said they have not received the letter and look forward to meeting with the EPA and Congresswoman Bush to understand and respond to any concerns. Now, as far as what's next, an agency within the CDC will also do an investigation.
Tonight, the incredible story of a Brentwood man who jumped out of a window to save himself from a fire. The Brentwood Fire Department says that fire started just after 3 o'clock this morning. Our Elise Schoenig shows us how a split-second decision saved the man's life.
This is one of those stories that just never ceases to amaze you. Here's a person who came almost too close with possible death, but instead he saved his own life.
Sometimes in life, we take chances, even when we don't know where we might land.
No, never in a million years. I would say that's a first experience for me.
A chance
There was some crackling in the morning.
that met Trey Reiser at his own front door Friday morning.
There was a big fire and it woke me up in the middle of the night, and then I woke up, I opened the door, there's a big flame of 2.
He says his Boy Scout instincts kicked in.
I closed the door, I put a towel underneath the door.
So Trey took a leap of faith
Yep, that one right there.
and jumped out his window.
The one above.
Brentwood Fire Chief Ronnie Cottrell says Trey's leap is a lesson.
The working smoke detector saves lives. Residents need to check their batteries They need to change their batteries twice a year when we change our clocks.
But Trey's life was not the only one on the line.
Then the dispatcher said, do you see anybody that lives underneath? They said, get them out.
Sometimes in life, we take chances to save others.
Pretty much, yeah. I kind of did that thing too, yeah.
And to save ourselves.
Lost a lot of things, but I mean, I'm just happy to still be alive and doing okay.
In Brentwood, Elise Schoenig, 5 on your side.
The fire chief says the cause of the fire is still under investigation. He also says because of this, the Brentwood Fire Department is going around the Brentwood Forest neighborhood to offer free smoke detector checks. Coming up, pomp and circumstance at Harris Stowe. The new era officially ushered in today. And later, a dangerous TikTok trend lands an Ellisville teen in the hospital. What his parents want you to know.